Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is DeFub21 and lo and behold we have a new trailer for a newly announced video game. This is Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade. We're seeing a lot of games in the Games Workshop's, based on Games Workshop's creations, appearing at the, well, really over the last kind of year or so. There's been quite a few of them. This is another one. It's brand new. This is a brand new announcement. It's the announcement's trailer of its existence. It was unknown until now, apparently, certainly outside of the team working on it. So let's have a look at it and then I'll give you my thoughts. See you in a moment.
Peggy 16.
Must be destroyed! Yes, sir! The gate is ours! Yes, Captain!
Well, for those who might have forgotten, this is DeFub21, and this is, as it's just learned from the trailer, is not just the trailer announcing a new video game. It's a trailer announcing a new video game that's on apparently Steam Early Access, so you can actually technically go and buy it now, or play it now. Actually, I'll just go check just for a second here, use the wonders of Steam, which actually happens to be open. Just a moment. And yes, it's an early access, and it's not a free thing. It's not it doesn't look like it's a free to play game or anything like that. It's a full retail price game. They've got a special promotion on until the 2nd of February, so it's 20% off. So it's a mere 40 quid rather than close to whatever plus 20% on 40 or 39.99 is. So I assume it's like 49.99 or something like that. So it's basically a full price game. It's a full price game, and yet, and this is an announcement trailer for this full price game. It's slap bang. It's not just an announcement trailer for the game. It's an announcement that it's in Steam Early Access. And the trailer basically tells you nothing about the game. I mean, he says, oh, well, it's Warhammer 40k, and there's Chaos guys, and there appears to be those other things. Those are, what are those called again? The alien hordes, they're the hive mind things, I can't remember off the top of my head what they're called. Again, I'm recording this after a long day, so I apologize, but Gene Stealers are... Well, that's one of the creatures with a fall into the ranks. But you know, it's the kind of rip-off of the Alien from Aliens movies faction, effectively. Although they may predate Alien, I don't know. But either way, the trailer basically just tells that to you information. There's those swarm aliens are in it, and there's chaos in it, and obviously Warhammer, you know, the main stars of the 40k universe, the Imperial Space Marines. But that's all it says effectively. The trailer gives no indication as to what kind of game it is. Is it a strategy game, an RTS, a turn-based strategy game? Is it a first-person shooter? Is it a third-person shooter? And there's been a whole variety of these kind of games based on Warhammer 40k over the last, as I said, 12 months. There have been all kinds of games. There's been chess games and all different kinds of games. It seems that since THQ, which were the original owners of Relic and publisher of the Dawn of War games, it seems that since they went bust, Games Workshop seems to have really kind of unleashed the hordes in terms of offering, in terms of, you know, licensing out certainly the Warhammer 40k IP to various games developers, big and small, to allow them to make games. Before that, it was, you know, before THQ went bust, it was mostly, it's certainly the one I really paid attention to was Dawn of War, the Dawn of War series, which was again made by Relic, and I assume Relic is working on another Dawn of War, and maybe it's possible that under the original agreement or something, THQ had exclusivity, maybe, to make those kind of games. I think they also made Space Marine, but it seems to me very clear, obviously, that since THQ went bust, obviously Games Workshop has gained some, or if not, maybe again its original contract was effectively rendered null and void by THQ going bust, and now they've got a free reign to license the intellectual property to whoever they want to. But this trailer, it provides no information in terms of what actual kind of game it is. It provides no information on, you know, the basic story stuff. Yeah, it seems to be chaos in it, and yeah, there appears to be, what is that faction called? Again, I apologize off the top of my head. I usually am familiar with Warhammer 40k universe to a degree, and I play the games. I played the original tabletop game back in the day. But so then I should know all the names of all the factions, but off the top of my head, I just don't right now. I apologize for that. But that's all it says. The trailer itself, in terms of the production quality, those could be in-game assets for all I know. It could be a third-person or first-person shooter, and they just made this trailer using the in-game engine and the in-game assets. If that's the case, they should have said so. What are they called? Is it? I think not. It's not. Who is working on the Warhammer? The Total War developers. Is it Creative Assembly, who are owned by Sega? I think it's Creative Assembly. Again, my head's in a bit of a spin at the moment. I apologize. Who are working on the Total War Warhammer game? They have made their trailers have almost exclusively consisted of trailers that are put together using inside the Total War Warhammer games engine and using in-game assets. And they've been very clear about that in all the trailers that they've released. There's no such information as far as I can see in this trailer indicating that that's the case. So for all we know, this is just a CGI sequence that's been put together. And to put it bluntly, it's not a very good one. The animation isn't very good. The quality of the graphics isn't very good. If you look at, I mean, forget Dawn of War 2. If you go back to the original Dawn of War, which is now, would it be, you know, it must be rapidly getting on, you know, good chunk of a decade old, if not more at this stage. If you look at that trailer, which I think is actually a fantastic, intro sequence, which is also used as a trailer for the original Dawn of War, which I think really does stand the test of time. That was a big budget, by the standards of the time, production in terms of the animation and so on. It's completely absent from this, which says to me that this is a relatively low budget game, whatever it is. It's also being published, I think, by Namco Bandai. I've never heard, I don't think I can remember of a Japanese publisher publishing any game based on a Games Workshop franchise before. So that's an interesting turn of events. I'm just at a cursory look at it on Steam. Right now, certainly here in Euroland, it's going 20% off for $39.99. Genre action, massively multiplayer, so it's some kind of MMO or something with a full retail price on it. Trying to pull a Destiny, maybe, I don't know. But the trailer, it's, you know, this game is literally available to buy right now and there is no indications in the trailer whatsoever, like no in-game footage, nothing that implies in-game footage or shows gameplay. And not only is it an announcement trailer, it's an announcement trailer for what is effectively a pre-final release of the game that you can actually pay real money for. And there's just nothing. You know, it doesn't show you the game being played. It doesn't tell you what kind of game it is. If I haven't looked it up in Steam, I wouldn't know that it was a third-person action game. It could have been a strategy game of some kind or another, which tends to be the genre video game that, because of the Warhammer series of games, 40k and original Warhammer, that is what they are originally in Games Workshop. They are tabletop games. They do lend themselves quite well to the strategy game genre on PC or even on console. But and apparently this is coming out on PC. What else is it coming out on? PC, Xbox One, and PS4 as well, apparently. And yeah, I mean, just a bit. That's for a launch trailer, not just for announcement trailer announcing a game, but it's effectively a launch trailer. It's effectively announcing the game is available to buy, and it doesn't tell you anything about what genre of game it is. It doesn't show you actual gameplay footage. If the actual video CGI sequence is made using the in-game engine and in-game assets, it doesn't tell you that. It's a pretty, mediocre to bad trailer, and it gives a bad impression in terms of the kind of production quality of the game. And this looks like being a full retail kind of release, in other words, 50 quid or thereabouts on Steam. And for that kind of price, you would expect, it's not something goes for 15 or 20 quid. It is looking at, again, I'm looking at it right now on Steam. Yeah, $49.99, that's what the price will normally be. So it's a €50 game. Effectively the same price, I would imagine, the same price, maybe a little bit less than what you will pay for if they do come out, if Relic does come out with the Dawn of War 3, as to what that'll cost. And the quality of the trailer is very, very mediocre. I mean, at best. Very generic dialogue. Doesn't tell you anything really meaningful about the story. Doesn't tell you what kind of game or what genre of video game it is. The list just goes on. I mean, I could rant and rave. Fundamentally, this is not a good trailer. It is extremely mediocre for an announcement trailer for a new game. And because this game is effectively available to buy and play now, it is a terrible launch trailer. It tells you nothing about the actual game itself, either about the story or what the actual game looks like to play, what kind of genre of game it is, you name it. As a launch trailer, it's terrible. So that's my 2 cents on the subject. Again, take a look at the trailer, or look at it a few times. If you have a Steam account, look it up on Steam. Maybe there's some actual gameplay footage on the Steam store page. But right now, my view would be, this does not give a good impression. Avoid like the plague until some of the press get their hands on it and play it and let you know whether it's good, bad, or just plain awful. Again, this is early access, so it's still in development, but still. Anyway, this is Default 21 signing off. Toodaloo.